La maudite des vieux shows.
I have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
David, you look absolutely terrific, honestly. You've got like glue on.
This is where the worst begins. This is where we must stop. For beyond is the work of madness. The nightmare of insane murder and lingering death. Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows.
Someone is watching you. Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
This is Albert from the Tuesday Show. You're listening to the goddamn Dave Hill Show, now on a flipping Monday.
No, you're an angel witch. Hello. Hello and welcome to the gosh darn Dave Hill Show. Hello.
What's up,
Hi,
Dave?
how are you? Everybody. Des, Chris, and everyone in viewing, listening.
Range.
areas. I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling with the language even more so than normal.
Your voice
I'm
is
excited.
also...
We have a cat cam. Is it wrong? Something horribly wrong? What's the matter? Can you not hear me?
No, it looks like you're about 10 seconds off. Like I'm hearing you talk.
Oh.
That might be on your end,
weird.
Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it might just be.
I think that's on your end. Des, it's not happening to you, is it? It's not happening to you,
Dave,
is it,
everything
Des?
is moving in the right places at the right time when you speak. Yeah.
Chris, why don't you log out and log back in or something? I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't.
There you go.
Oh, that worked. That was easier than I thought.
Now it's just us and the cats.
Someone just said to check your levels. What's wrong with the levels? The Twitch feed is down. I repeat. Oh, you know what? You know why the Twitch feed is down? I forgot to add the Twitch feed. There we go. Now it's happening.
Time to go again.
The Twitch feed is back and better than ever.
Here it is.
I just added the fuck out of it.
Oh.
Now it's echoing. What's that echo? I'm enraged.
I've got no echo on my end. Things sound pretty good.
Okay. Anyway, I just blacked out. Thank you for coming to this slick internet radio show or whatever it's called. Whatever this futuristic format we're working in. And tonight,
it's called production.
Oh yeah, production. I don't know how many weeks we've been doing this. I remember thinking, we'll just do it as long as this pandemic's going on, and that can't possibly be more than a couple weeks, can it?
That was on Memorial Day.
And now, was it really? Jesus! And now, everyone says they're getting an echo. Is this true?
I don't know what's going on Facebook.
Everyone's freaking out. Let's see what Chris Gersbeck says to do. It's now on Twitch. It's working. Working is not a word. Chris, how are you doing? Is it any better?
Yeah, it's better for me, but I can't speak to anyone else who's having problems with an echo. I don't hear it.
Oh my God.
I think we're in good shape.
Anyway, as you know, it's always these when a rocket ship goes into different atmospheres, it's always a lot of turbulence. And I don't know what my point is. Anyway, we have a glorious show for you tonight. We have comedian and, yes, Canadian, let me be clear, Andrea Allan joining us very shortly. And we're raising money for good causes, as always. Tonight, in the virtual tip jar, we're raising money for Black Lives Matter. We just decided to go straight to the top and to the general organization. I did check. They are accepting donations. So we have that locked and loaded. If you would like to support. Part of the fun of doing this show each week, aside from seeing Des and Chris and whatever cats or barnyard animals happen to be joining us and whatever guests, is we raise money for good causes every week. The last few weeks we've been doing Black Visions Collective. This week we're moving on over to Black Lives Matter. Just mix things up a little bit. So please go to the virtual tip jar. You can Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at Dave Hill Online. All money, all proceeds, all profits go to Black Lives Matter. Again, Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com, and all the money will go to Black Lives Matter, a wonderful organization that is doing great work that we really need right now in this world. And so I'm really excited to see those, and then we donate them in the name of this show and its listeners, and then eventually we'll raise money for Attendees Cam, as Dave Bamundo. I forget about some things from the old FMU show. Tendies.
That's like all the way
things
back
like
to, when I first
tendies.
started.
The number here is 347-474-0260. That's 347-474-0260. And again, I'm not, because I'm not going to lie, we raised not all that much money last week compared to previous weeks, not by a long shot. And so I'm going to mention it again. Go to the virtual tip jar, Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com, and all proceeds will go to Black Lives Matter. Can you just go on your own and donate to Black Lives Matter on your own, completely separate from the fundraising we're doing tonight? Yeah, you totally can. But this is more fun, and it makes me feel like we're doing something worthwhile. So, if anything, just to keep me in a good mood, I say donate. Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com, and all money to go to Black Lives Matter, as I've said. And if if people don't, that's fine. You're not required to. I will fly into a blind rage if people don't. Sure. The number again is 347-474-0260. Or I'm going to put this link right in, if you want to do a video call in and just be on video right in the box with us, like some futuristic thing that none of us saw coming. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. There it is.
Is Neil's backstage? Are we still waiting on him?
I have not talked to... Niels contacted me over the weekend. I was out for a killer run. I ran like 47 miles or something. I'm not even sure. And he texted me as I was running saying, "Is it true, Dave, that Scorpions, the band, recorded the Blackout album with Don Dokken on vocals because Klaus Meine was sick or something?" I find it hard to believe personally, but I have my lawyers on the case. We have a call on hold, I believe, Des tells me. Let's take it.
Yeah, we have Andy Mascola.
Andy Mascola.
Andy, you there?
I'm there.
Hello, Andy.
You're there.
Thank you for calling
how
in.
Are you?
How am I?
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. This is a real treat. I'm so happy to hear you back on the air.
Oh, thanks. It's sort of on the air, and whatever this is, whatever's going on. But thank you so much. Where are you calling from?
I'm watching via... Oh, I'm in New Hampshire right now.
Beautiful this time of year. Where in New Hampshire?
I'm in southern New Hampshire in a city called Nashua.
Oh, Nashua. I used to do a summer share there with Gene Shalit. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Now, do you live in Nashua year-round, or is this also your summer getaway?
Nope, I'm in Nashua year-round, for better or worse.
Oh, I love it.
I apologize for saying that you were in New York, Andy. My bad.
That's all right. That's all right. I could have copped to that. It would have been much cooler.
Chris just left. He's just enraged.
He's had it.
Where do you think he went? I'm going to remove him for that, just so when he comes back, he's just... It's like a wake-up call. What's going on in Nashua? Paint me a picture with words.
Well, it's very humid. It's been unbearably humid, so much so that you don't want to go outside. If you can, you want to stay inside and keep the air conditioners cranked.
Okay.
But we did, yeah. So that's essentially where we're at here. What's
I love
the
it.
weather like? Are you still in Cleveland?
I am not. I'm outside of Cleveland in a little hamlet about 50 minutes away, if I had to say, and it is. It was nice today. I went out. I was gonna go for another killer run, and then I was like, I haven't ridden the bike in a couple of days. Maybe I'll get on the bike, and I got on my bike.
What'd you wear?
Rode around. What did I wear?
Did you have that sweatsuit on? Like a blue sweatsuit?
No.
No.
I wear the same track pants every day, pretty much.
How often do you wash them?
Once a week, maybe. I'm a real... I like to get them a little funky.
Do you hand wash them?
No, I just use a washer. Just throw them in there.
Dave, watching week after week, you're always clean shaven. Are you able to grow a beard?
Ooh.
Of course I can grow a beard. That's a very good question. Yeah, I've never been a beard guy, a facial hair kind of guy, really. Now, if I'm honest, and really, why wouldn't I be? I don't grow a very thick and lush beard. In fact, when I was getting ready to shoot the hit movie Drunk Bus, which is coming out hopefully soon, they wanted my character to have a beard. And so I said, all right, I'll stop shaving starting now. And I must have grown my face hairs. Oh my God.
Bless you.
I think I remember seeing you during that time period, and you just had a little bit of stubble, but you were like unrecognizable.
I grew I think I didn't shave for like a month maybe. And then even before I went to shoot the film Drunk Bus, starring Will Forte, Charlie Tahan, and other stars of the big screen, I even dyed it. I dyed it to give it like more like beard appearance on my face.
What color? Like black?
Like, yeah, dark brown or something. I do have bad allergies. They were so bad over the weekend that I just shut down operations entirely. I said, no big plans, no. All I could focus on was getting drunk. That's all I could bring myself to do. But yeah, I can. So to answer your question, Andy, and in this, take as long as I possibly can to answer it. I can't really grow it. Maybe I could grow a good beard. I just don't have the patience for it. Plus, like, you know, when you have these features, why would you want to hide them? You know, the chiseled jaw.
Absolutely. Yes.
You want to accentuate that for sure.
Yeah, you want to just give it to the people. Now, that said, I don't really have a good razor here either. I have an electric razor. And so it's not the cleanest shave, but it'll do. That's my story.
Well, you're looking well,
you.
and Chris is looking well, as is Des.
Thank you, sir.
And
yeah,
a good crew there. They're all doing such a great job, and it's so great to have something back. I don't know if you want to call it on the air, but it's on Twitch. That's where I'm viewing it.
We're findable.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, also, this is exciting. Thanks to the hard work of one Chris Gersbeck, all the episodes up until this one will be tomorrow or whenever. I don't even know. They're all available on iTunes and wherever you get podcasts. So if it's not enough for you to listen live, or if you missed the show, and if you want to just
or if you just don't want to look at us, yeah. If you just want to
listen. The theater of the mind. I'm a big fan. I prefer that to seeing either of you guys. So
Same.
Yeah, I think it's good that you can do that.
Now, is the show when it's on Apple Podcasts? Is it still going to be under the goddamn Dave Hill Show? The same place it was previously, or is it a new home?
I'm glad you asked, Andy. No, it's in a new home because the old show was on WFMU, and we can't. The technology is not there for us to just add the show to that feed. So it's a different feed. I believe it's called the Gosh Darn Dave Hill Show, formerly known as the Goddamn Dave Hill Show on WFMU. So there.
It's got the
we
new
look forward
podcast
to a different graphic.
What's that?
Icon.
There is.
We look forward to a
there is
different
an
graphic,
updated
other than
icon.
the one that was like a cartoon drawing of your head, almost as if you were like a
mounted like a trophy.
Game. Yeah. Yeah.
I think is that the graphic we're using, or is there a different one?
Yeah, it's the same graphic, but now it says the Gosh Darn Dave Hill Show.
Oh, could not be more different.
Oh.
See, we intentionally confuse people. Yeah.
But yeah, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
and we're expecting to go number 1. But yeah, spread the word. If people like just rambling, awkward pauses, they've just hit a streak called easy. Because this show is now on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. Basically, wherever podcasts are, you can get them. So there,
Hooray.
Andy.
That's great news. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Well, thanks for calling. Do you have anything else you want to share with us?
No, nothing else. Just I hope you guys have a great night. And
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're doing what you do every Monday. I always look forward to the show, and I always tune in. And I love all the folks who call in. I made some great friends via the goddamn Dave Hill Show, and it was on WFMU. So shout out to all those fine folks. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so cool to now be able to see them.
We're back.
I know.
Everybody's here on the board.
Or is it? No, it is. I think that my favorite thing about the show, aside from all the anonymous truck stop sex, is people meeting each other through the show and the community around the show. So I'm glad you said that. Thank you, Andy.
Got a great fan base, lots of good people, lots of very clever people, and excellent personalities.
And just the right amount of riffraff. Don't leave out the riffraff.
That's right. There's just the right amount of riffraff.
Just the right amount of riffraff. All right. Well, we have some calls on hold here, so we got to
Okay.
we got to keep moving. But thank you so much, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
Keep up the good work up there in Nashua. All right.
I will.
Thanks, man.
You keep up the great work there in the outskirts of Cleveland. Take care now.
You know it. All right. I'm gonna remove the kitty real quick. The kitties. We're gonna check back with them. And now coming to the show, the pride of Merrickville. We have a few calls on hold, and we gotta get Andrea Allan here. Andrea, I thought Andrea might be the only Canadian, but I stand corrected. The pride of Merrickville, Ontario.
Oh.
There he is, Niels.
Speak of the devil.
Hey.
He looks
Niels,
so cozy tonight.
You're not in a hospital bed, are you? You're just letting yourself go, right?
Yeah, totally. I was lying down with the dog, but right when you called out my name, the dog ran. So.
Oh, that's life in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, the dog ran, but, you know, things have a way of working out, Dave.
Is that the same dog that I met a couple years back?
Yeah, Fletcher.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Fletcher, come here. Come here. Become a star. You see him?
Oh, yeah, I know that. Wait a minute. There he is.
That's his ass.
Oh, he's a sweet boy. I've met him in person. I've caressed his stuff. What? Niels,
I just wanted to say hi to you guys. I'm not going to stay long, but I want to rub it in a little bit, too. This Friday, we're going to be allowed gatherings of up to 100 people. It's...
You're having gatherings. Aren't I supposed to do a show in Merrickville in September?
It was supposed to be last June.
Oh shit!
And then we kept putting it off.
2021. This kid is back and better than ever. Dick jokes locked and loaded.
I've already filled your spot with somebody to build a unicycle truck.
A unicyclist?
Yeah, a unicyclist. Juggling, riding a unicycle.
Wait, you gave up my slot for what?
Well, you got me all fired up, and I turned into like the local promoter. So now I'm bringing in like all of the goods from the Ottawa Valley.
Listen,
I don't know,
pal.
Dave. I have to bump you.
Let's get something straight. As soon as I'm allowed out of the United States,
yes,
I'm coming up there to do a show and/or just hang out at your house.
Yeah, and in all
Whichever.
seriousness, you are most welcome, and we look forward to having you.
Okay, just want to be clear, but I'm going to do a show whether the people want it or not.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's hopefully by then we'll be allowed the hot thousands that you demand.
My prediction is by May of next year, I will be allowed out of out of the United States.
What about Ohio?
I will not be in Ohio then. If I am, I will be under dirt. But no, I don't know. I think once the weather goes cold, I'm gonna go back to New York because then all the idiots in my neighborhood that are going to the restaurants by my house won't be outside anymore, and that's when I'll go home. I need new underwears. I didn't pack all my underwears.
You can buy
orders.
Yeah, have you bought any new underwear?
I've not bought any new underwear. I bought some jumpsuits, some T-shirts, and a couple hockey jerseys. That's all. That's it.
Isn't the proper term hockey sweaters?
What's that?
Isn't the proper terminology a hockey sweater?
Only if. Nah, I mean, I don't know, Niels. I'll defer to the Canadian here. Do you say hockey sweater or jersey?
I'm not sure. I never played the game. Jersey? I don't know.
I think jersey. They used to call them sweaters because they were actually sweaters, but they're not anymore that I know
penny?
of.
Okay.
Huh?
Penny?
A penny?
That's what you're
wearing. Like that. Wouldn't that be like sort of?
I think that's like when you just throw like a thing, you know, when it's like you're playing pickup or whatever. That's not a proper jersey.
Yeah, but it might be like an insider. So it might be hockey.
We lost you there for a second.
Tear your penny off and get into a tilly.
Is your eyes swollen shut?
Which one?
That one, the left one. It looked like it was starting to swell shut. Okay, okay. I was worried. Sorry.
No, I just have that eye sensitive. I was outside all day. It's just sensitive to sun.
Oh, okay.
I think that was the best possible response to, is that eye swollen shut? And then Neil said, which one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's that dog again. Oh. Yeah, there it is.
He
looks like he's he's lying down. Okay, I get it.
He's ready to spring into action.
Yeah, he's in his later years. I'm gonna reel my eyes.
Well, Niels, we're gearing up to bring Andrea Allan on in a second, and can you call back in 20 minutes? But for real, real though, because she's Canadian. And we would like to have some sort of Canadian standoff, if at all possible.
What is it?
I got to work on my eye.
A Canadian standoff?
Yeah.
One in the pink, two in the stink, I believe.
Good to know.
No.
I'm sorry.
The Canadian minivan.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist just saying something horrible. That's why I'm number one. Thank you.
There it is.
No, that's a joke. It was in poor taste. It's in poor taste. I just, I like to mix it up.
My parents are going to be so upset about that.
Or will they?
Okay, I'm out.
All right, we'll talk to you 20 minutes. Let's take Elvira Canavera real quick, and then we got to get Andrea in here. Then we'll take Ing Dave's call.
Ooh.
But
spoiler.
Okay.
He hasn't been here in like a month.
Hey.
Elvira.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We our time is short because we promised we'd get Andrea on here soon. But we want to check in with you. Where are you right now? Are you in a DJ booth of your own?
We're down here deep in the Messiah complex. I'm working on a little arcade one-up that I'm converting into a main machine to play games with my 5-year-old daughter.
Oh, nice.
So
wow.
Be able to have like 5,000 games on there. And what we're going to do is, as we play games together, she comes up with backstory for why the characters are in the situation and what they're actually doing with each other. And it's the way of collaborating with your kid and just having that just spontaneous creativity while you're playing games together.
I love it.
So the best thing I've ever done was I created an equal arts partnership with my daughter. It meant I didn't have to decide between my kid and art. It meant my kid is the source of art. allowing me to be present in the moment as a parent while continuing to grow as an artist. And to keep it as an equal partnership, what I had to be very clear is of what my intention was. That way I didn't project it on her and say that's what she wanted, especially when she was pre-verbal, which made me be very clear about what my intention was. And it allowed me to be really true and open and hear her as an equal partner. And she's growing into this nice yin-yang of confidence and empathy where she knows with enough imagination, focus, and help, she can make her ideas manifest.
Yeah, I call bullshit on all that. No, just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I just thought it would be funny to shoot everything you just said down.
But and you can do it with anybody, but especially if you're locked up with somebody, it helps you be very kind of clear about what your intention, and it helps really establish communications during these what could be trying times, and where a miscommunication could really amplify a situation. And being able to realize that you're both human and trying to understand each other really helps people come together in good faith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. Well, now, if I can echo Kim Ferrier's comment, are you in a space station of some sort?
This is the little office that my wife built into her house when we were engaged, and it was kind of the acid test to see if we could get married, if we could build a structure together and still like each other at the end. So we're now married and have a kid, so it's worked out quite well. And she, until recently, was working at the Guthrie Theater. That's where we met and worked together.
But that's not the State Theater is the one that I usually perform at when I'm in Minneapolis.
Yeah, the Guthrie Theater is where I got to work with Patrick Stewart on a production of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I got to brag about that earlier today, so it's on my mind. But
if you had to say, which would you say was the better experience, working with Patrick Stewart at the Guthrie Theater, or working with me, Dave Hill, at the State Theater?
Well, who am I talking to right now?
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
And I gotta say, Patrick was better than you can imagine, because we actually formed a comic book club that we initiated. So.
Wait, you currently trade comics? You're in a comic book club with Patrick Stewart currently?
No. While we were doing a show together, what happened was he came into the green room and said, "Ryan, I see you like comic books." And he goes, "Do you know anything about Warren Ellis?" And I reached in my bag and pulled out like 3 Warren Ellis trade paperbacks and go, "What do you want to know?"
Wait, and Warren Ellis from Nick Cave's band?
No, not the musician. The writer who's been recently implicated with over 60 women saying that he's been kind of grooming them for sexual encounters and then dropping them at the drop of a hat. So it's one of those really uncomfortable situations. But Patrick Stewart wrote the foreword to one of his books, Transmetropolitan, which I actually have 2 pages of on the wall here. The original pages of art. I collect them and display them as the art that they are.
I'm getting a word that it's Patrick Stewart's birthday today.
It is.
And I say word, Make It Epic 416 is telling me that.
And I have to say, he was a truly nice person who always took time and was very kind of humble and one of the hardest workers of the craft that it was my honor to work with. So.
Wait, who? This is Patrick Stewart?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
now
phenomenal.
He's all right. I like him. Well, thank you. We got to get Andrea on here.
I just want to tell everybody, stay inside. It'll keep us all safe. As a type 1 diabetic, I appreciate everybody's long hair. Let it grow out. Let it be your symbol of pride that you are that we're all in this together by sticking apart. And I wish you all a good week.
Thank you. You too, Elvira. Thank you very much. Before we continue, I want to thank a few people. Once again tonight, we're raising money for Black Lives Matter. Go to the virtual tip jar, Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com. All proceeds will go to Black Lives Matter. Again, Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com. All proceeds will go to Black Lives Matter in the name of this show and its listeners. And of course, yes, if you at some other time want to just go on your own, and donate to Black Lives Matter, you can. But it's more fun to do it now because then I read your name and then I'm like, look, we're doing something good, and I'd rather do this than watch Harold and Kumar movies again, even though I love those movies.
All three of them?
What's that?
All three of them?
I do like the Harold and Kumar movies. I didn't think that I would, and then it's one of those things I found myself in front of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, guess who likes Harold and Kumar? Thanks to Joseph Miota. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but thank you for your generous donation. Mike Johnson, thank you for your generous donation. Jeremy Winter, thank you for your generous donation. Ben Yanes, thank you for your generous donation.
Just water.
Just water? Who's saying
Someone
just
asked me
water?
if someone was asking if I was drinking moonshine. So.
Oh, I'm just drinking water too. I accidentally
I have it in this cool
drank a
mason jar.
bunch yesterday. What?
I have my water in a cool mason jar, so it looks like fancy.
Everyone thinks you're getting loose. And thanks to Virginia Craighead for your generous donation. Please, if you can, hit the virtual tip jar, Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal, Dave@DaveHillOnline.com. So we feel, like we're raising money for a good cause, and not just saying one in the pink, two in the stink for no apparent reason, and not raising money for a good cause while we're at it. Thank you to Tracy Dunbar for your generous donation. Yeah, because otherwise, let's be honest. If we're not raising money for a good cause like Black Lives Matter, it truly is three of us sitting here and me saying inappropriate things for an hour and a half. And I don't feel right about that. I feel like if we're raising money for a good cause, then it's all worth it. And then you say, hey, Dave says inappropriate things. I don't know why, but hey, we're all here for a good cause. And anyway, let's keep moving. Can you see my nostril hairs? I try to what's it called? Trim them. Elvira does have a website. Someone asked Elvira we'll have Elvira call in back at some point tonight, hopefully, and we'll find out the website. But or Google Elvira Canaveral, like Elvira and Canaveral. But coming to the program now, one of my favorite humans. She's hilarious. She's Canadian. She's strikingly gorgeous. And she has a new book. I think I'm simplifying it by calling it a book. Why don't we just ask her? Coming to the show from, I believe, I'm getting it wrong probably. I think it's British Columbia, but maybe it's from. We'll just ask her. Andrea Allan.
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm in New York, but originally from British Columbia.
That's what I thought. But then your mom is maybe from another part of Canada?
My mom is from Nelson, which any Canucks in the chat might know. It's a small hippie town in the interior of BC. But
nice.
I grew up in the Couve. Yeah.
In the Couve.
Mm-hmm.
The Couve. I love the Couve.
It's a good place.
I was in the Couve last fall. I went I went to a Canucks game by myself.
Nice.
And I had a glorious time.
They get into it. They really.
What's that?
They don't hold back at the Canucks games.
Oh no, they don't.
Mm-mm.
This is I'm not sure if you have any skin in the game or whatever, however the saying is.
Mm-mm.
But I was at the game and I was like, maybe they're my team. I don't know. Why? Because I like Vancouver and they always have cool jerseys. You got to give them that.
Wayne Gretzky. I mean, not currently, but it's got some. There's some good history
Wayne Gretzky
there.
never played for Vancouver.
I felt like he did. He lived in my building, actually. So in my mind, he played for the Canucks.
Wait, he lived in your building in Vancouver?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
So in my mind, I was like, he's here, and the Canucks Sox are here. Ipso facto, Wayne Gretzky.
Wait, why would?
That would make sense.
When did he live in your building? What year would that have been?
When I was a teenager, I don't know that he just lived there, but he did. I lived in downtown Vancouver. I'm sure he has many
Get a spot.
places. Yeah.
He probably does, but maybe he had a place there because, like, Vancouver's kind of like the LA of Canada, right?
It didn't used to be. It is now for sure, but like when I was growing up, it was more of a Portland kind of vibe. If you wanna boil it down.
I get more of a Portland vibe from Vancouver.
Yeah.
In fact, you probably know this, but did you know that there's like a very, I'm not sure how big this movement is, but to have like the Portland area, Seattle, and Vancouver be its own country called Acadia.
Shut up. I did not know this. You know more about Canada than I do, Dave.
I know a bit too much about it.
I mean, I'm missing
I
the
have to
Pacific
say.
Northwest quite a bit right now. The attitudes of the people, the safety, the beauty.
Oh, it's great.
Did you have an opportunity to go to Canada before all hell broke loose?
Not really, because I got COVID in March.
Oh,
there was
shit.
like this window where my mom was traveling home, and like I could have traveled home, but then I got sick right in that window. And also, I don't even if I was healthy, I don't know that I would have risked like getting on a plane just to potentially get her sick.
Yeah.
And
No, we
third
don't want that.
factor, I also have a green card to live in the United States, and I'm afraid to leave the United States just because of coming back in.
yeah.
Like Trump keeps being like, no immigrants ever, no green cards, no students. So it's like kind of a scary prospect to leave, so.
Yeah, but let's I have follow-up questions, but we've had, speaking of illnesses, we've had Ingdave on hold for some time, and we should probably take his call before we lose him. But so you can talk to him as well. To the spirit world.
Before you
Is he still on hold?
Yeah, I believe he's there. Ingdave, you hear me?
Ingdave, is that you?
There he is.
Ingdave, the pride of Bensonhurst. Are you there?
Cesspool of Bensonhurst.
The what?
Summer cesspool of Bensonhurst.
The what cesspool?
Summer.
Summer cesspool of Bensonhurst. All right, any artists watching, listening, you have your marching orders. The summer cesspool of Bensonhurst. I'm not sure I understand what that means,
I
but
think
I'll
Bloody
take
Stool is still better.
it. Bloody Stool. It's hard to beat Bloody Stool.
Opened way too strong years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Wow.
it's pretty strong. But Ingdave, you're on.
Mr. mentioned earlier.
What's that?
Am I speaking to Mr. mentioned earlier?
This is Dave, yeah, and Dez, and Chris, and Andrea Allan, originally from the Couve.
Hey.
You better off there.
She's in New York now,
Vaccines are
though.
going to be mandatory in this country.
What are?
The vaccines are bullshit.
Oh no!
Wait, you're against the vaccine for COVID?
You couldn't be surprised about that fact, Dave. Of course you would be.
Yeah, how could you be surprised?
I mean, why are you against it, considering if you got it, potentially it would kill you? Don't you?
Wouldn't
It
kill
wouldn't.
you either. It only kills people with diabetes and high blood pressure and heart problems and lung problems.
I don't know about that, buddy.
How long you been smoking,
That's
Ingdave?
totally wrong.
It's totally right. You all got propagandized.
Oh boy.
Except for the people that I know that have died from it that didn't fall into the categories you mentioned. But go on.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I know a few people have died from it.
I don't know anybody who died from it who didn't have a pre-existing condition.
Well,
I guess they deserve it then.
I guess there's a 30-year-old I saw on the news. Some 30-year-old in Texas. Did you see this? Went to a COVID party. These young kids.
Darwin, here you are.
I mean that. I don't want anyone to die. But if people are gonna die, you gotta give it up for the guy who went to the funny COVID party because they all thought it was a hoax and he died. If those are the only people that it killed, I would. No one deserves it, but I'm saying,
Some people
kind of.
He kind of begged. Yes, Dennis Driscoll did die of COVID, our dear friend Dennis, but
He had diabetes.
he had diabetes too. So
deserved
I don't know
it.
why.
What was he wearing?
What's that?
What was he wearing? He deserved it.
Oh.
Diabetes, come on. Begging for it.
Wait, I don't get. Wait, what? I'm confused.
I'm like making a joke that's victim blaming to say
Oh,
that he deserved it. 'cause
Oh God, I'm so slow. It gets past 9:30, my brain slows down. But
It's sarcasm, Dave. You should know that.
I'm very slow. But no, and I know many people who have had it, and they all say it's absolutely horrible. So I totally don't want to get it, even if I would
Neither
live.
do I. I don't think anybody wants it. It's a bad flu.
Kid in Texas.
It's not a bad flu. It's much worse than a bad flu.
It's already killed. What are we at? Almost 140,000 dead.
people, yeah.
Approaching, yeah.
It also does a lot of neurological damage that they're still learning about. Like, so there's people who get reinfected or people who have long-lasting disabilities from it. Like, they don't know a lot about. It's a new virus, so to just call it a flu is irresponsible because it's only like 4 months old in terms of being studied.
So, all by way of saying, what's
They're
that?
coming up with new stuff all the time.
What's that?
This way you'll be running for your vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be running for the vaccine. I'll be the fucking first in line for the vaccine.
I'll have two in the pink
I
and
won't
one
even
in the
be in that
pink.
line.
I am so ready for the vaccine. I'm in, because then I can get back to living my life.
Do you think the vaccine is there to trick you or to steal your genetic material? What would the motivation be for a hoax vaccine?
You see, it's patent number 2020-60606.
Okay. So, like, are those Satan's
It's
numbers?
technology along inside the vaccine.
Oh.
I'm not making this up.
No, you don't sound. It sounds not crazy.
I don't think you made it up. I think whoever you read it from.
So what are
probably
they trying to do with it? Are they trying to microchip us? Like, what's this evil plan that they have?
Close to it. It monitors your every movement.
Oh, like cell phones.
Cell
that we
phones
carry
already
with us
do.
already.
Yeah, only it's inside you.
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
Yeah.
That's the code name amongst the
Triple
government
back.
operatives doing this to us.
Wait, so
I've heard the best way to track a population is to destroy an economy and kill a third of them. It's the most effective way.
It's true.
Now, Bill Gates said if we do a good job with vaccines, we could reduce the population 10 to 15%. That's a billion people. Mass murder.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Bill Gates is
I'm
that?
not making this up.
What is your source for this?
So a vaccine is going to reduce the population, you're saying, according to Bill Gates.
That's what he said.
Bill Gates said that it will reduce the population.
But you're also not going to trust some mega billionaire who's got control of as much of the things that Bill Gates had. So you want to pick this guy to believe, but not that guy to believe? So what if Bill Gates said it?
Said it years ago. It's not recent.
What does he know?
He said it at a TED Talk.
Oh, he's on a TED Talk.
Ooh. Right on the open.
Wait,
It's like
he
a
said a
stage.
vaccine will kill what?
He said, if we do a good job, this is an exact quote. If we do a good job with vaccines, we could reduce the population 10 to 15%.
When did he say that?
Where did he say this? I'm
TED
looking
Talk.
this up.
Isn't the point of a
Bill
vaccine
Gates
to
also
save
did the
lives?
Holocaust. If you believe in that sort of thing.
When it comes to that, I believe Ever read the
what
Jewish
would Bill
Guide?
Gates' motivation be for killing off 15% of the population? What would he stand to gain from that?
He's a eugenicist like his father.
Okay, but eugenicists believe in like selective breeding and that type of stuff, not just because then
it's on
that would mean
Snopes.
population.
It's false. It's been debunked.
Uh-oh, it's already been debunked.
like
You've been debunked.
15% of the population
How's
that was
that?
killing a lot of white people too.
This
wanna
is
make it
our
debunked.
the debunk. It's I'm getting another source. Bill Gates says it's almost hard to deny this stuff because it's so stupid or strange that even to repeat it gives it credibility, which is my concern a little bit for talking about it right now.
Where do you read about this
Bill
stuff?
Gates is full of shit.
All right. What else you got? What else you got, Ing Dave?
That's it.
Inday,
That's it for me, I'm out.
take a walk, have a glass of water.
All right. Well, can you call back in 20 minutes?
Yeah, 100 and something hours and 20 minutes.
All right.
Oh, I think I upset Dave.
All right. Thanks, Ing Dave.
168 to be exact.
All right.
Absolutely
Later, bro.
not.
All right.
Take a deep breath.
So I think it shouldn't be necessary to clarify here, but Ing Dave is completely full of shit and discussing a conspiracy theory which has been. It shouldn't even need debunking because you can hear it and say that's absolute bullshit, but it has been debunked. And I say that not to shit on Ing Dave, but to shit on conspiracy theories because whoever they're coming from, they shouldn't be spread. So
I think it just makes people feel a little bit more in control if there's like a reason for all these bad things happening,
Mm-hmm.
like not just that bad things happen and we don't have a whole lot of control.
Yeah, that's what I
over
don't
it.
get. This is not the world's first pandemic.
No.
It's possible to
Can you imagine
experience a pandemic and it's not intentional or meant to bring down a country or anything.
Yeah. At least it's not Ebola.
Yeah. Remember that?
No.
Remember when that made its
I
way
totally
here?
missed. I think I was too self-absorbed to notice Ebola.
Oh my god, I was flipping out for
It was in
Ebola.
Brooklyn. It made its way to
Yes.
the gutter.
The
in
gutter.
Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Didn't it get to the gutter because some dipshit went there for some reason?
The doctor.
Knowing that he had Ebola or
Yeah.
something?
Yes.
So I'm going to go to the gutter anyway. Do you know I was supposed to play at the gutter like the weekend when everyone was like, oh shit, this is happening.
Oh really?
Yeah, we were Witch Taint was supposed to play, and then gradually we were all kind of like texting back and forth, like, this sounds like a really bad idea. Where's your head on this?
Yeah.
And then fortunately the show got canceled. We didn't have to make any decisions because it was made anyway. But
My last show, I had a joke. My first joke just said Corona ? And I remember the joke was that sluts get Corona, and then I got it like 3 days later.
Oh no!
How was it really bad when you had it?
It was unpleasant. It was thoroughly unpleasant. I wouldn't say it was like I didn't go to a hospital because I never had the shortness of breath aspect of it. I reached out to my GP and she was just like, Advil and a prayer, which is not really what you want to hear. But
She said Advil and a prayer.
I guess a joke, but
oh wow!
I have a sassy doctor.
It was unpleasant.
Yeah, it was. I think the most unpleasant part of it was fevers and then like very severe chills. So I would be so hot, and then I'd be going into like an ice bath or whatever to try to get my temperature down. Then I would plummet to like so cold. So I would wake up like covered in my own sweat. Like my temperature was just going in such a strange way, and I just felt exhausted. It felt like a flu on steroids. And then just the mental I mean, New York was so scary at that point because no one really knew
Oh,
what was
yeah.
going on, and um, it was also the mental aspect of it. Like my mom calling me every day, just being like, I could tell how scared she was, and she can't get to me. I live alone, um, you know, so every day was like, am I gonna die in my apartment today?
How long were you sick?
3 to 4 weeks. I like
Oh,
probably
shit. Wow.
2 weeks of like very, very sick, and then 2 weeks of like weak and, just not at 100. My immune system took a long time to recover, and I still feel like I don't know. It takes a little longer for me to bounce back from things now. I'm fine, but
Mhm.
like I definitely I notice like a marked difference for sure.
Can you like walk flights of stairs?
Yeah, it's yeah.
And not feel winded?
Yes, but I also I cycled a lot. Like once I was better, I went out at night alone and I would cycle through the city to try to like get my lung capacity back, and I think that helped a lot. Like I cycle a lot, and I think that being like in good healthy shape before it and then afterwards
Yeah.
doing that, I think that helped a lot. But I was definitely I was also just foggy. I fell down the stairs.
Holy
I was
shit.
just like,
I think I heard about that. Weren't you were supposed to be on a show at the
Yeah.
creek or something?
oh no, I fell down the stairs twice this year.
Oh. I have a friend who was on that show, and I forget why, but he said that you fell down a flight of stairs. I was like, holy shit.
I fell down the stairs in January, and I was like, this is going to be the worst thing that happens this year. And then I got COVID. And then I fell down the stairs again. Just like, I just felt, I don't know, I think a combination of like acute anxiety all the time, and also like mental fog. I just wasn't able to like do things very well for a while.
Can I didn't think that this needed clarifying, but now Bill Dolans has called it into question. When you say cycling, you mean bicycling or unicycling?
Bicycling.
That's what I thought, but then he said unicycling, and I was like, now I need to know what she's talking about.
Can you imagine it's the middle of the night, you're looking out your window, and you just see this like dark-haired woman unicycling alone?
That would be kind of amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be the sort of thing that would get me through these times.
Or like one of those
Yeah.
old-timey bikes with the huge...
Yes.
What is that, a penny something?
Like with the tiny wheel and the giant wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you sent me you left me a voicemail, Dave, that actually got me through a few days. You put on your story that you were singing. I can't remember what song you sang, but you said,
Billy Joel?
Yeah, maybe it was Billy Joel, but you said if you don't pick up, I'll leave a voicemail. So I would listen to you singing sometimes in my voicemails when I was feeling particularly isolated.
And it gave you it was healing.
It was, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I could be a part of your convalescence.
I guess
Is
so,
that what I
yeah.
mean to say?
Dave is the vaccine, everybody. You heard it here
I am
first.
the vaccine.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool if I was the vaccine. I don't think. Let me be clear. I don't want to start any other conspiracy theories. I don't believe that I am the vaccine.
You're not the vaccine.
I'm not the vaccine. But oh man, yeah. I don't want to catch that. Well, I should be. I feel bad. We do love Ing Dave. I want to be clear that I was just slamming the ridiculous conspiracy theory, and not the beautiful man himself.
Does he really believe that stuff, though? Or is
Every
it
word of it.
Every word of it.
He's not being ironic in any way.
Nope.
It's all real.
Unless if it's a really long game, maybe he is, but I don't think it is.
5-year.
Is the Trump administration a really long game?
I originally thought that. I've made that mistake before about many things where I'm like, no, this is just a real long. It's just a bit they're doing, and then
Andy
you're like,
Kaufman's
oh no.
alive, and
Yeah,
he is
I've
working
fallen
on
for that a
some
few
bit.
times. I'm going to thank a few more people for their lovely donations. If you would like to help us raise money, like, for example, Jamie Mazzo. Or is it... I always... Is it Mazzo or Matzo? Or Matzo? I believe it's Mazzo. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Kai
I would go
King.
with Matzo, but I don't know. I'm not 100%.
That's what I think. Once again, if you want to... and I don't know. This is what I always do. I start to question after I've known someone a while. Then I start to question whether I've been pronouncing their name right. I wait a really long time. But anyway, please, if you can, all money that we collect tonight will go to Black Lives Matter, and it makes it more fun. And it's not just me saying vulgarities, and we're doing something for a good cause. So Venmo at the Dave Hill, PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com, and all the money will go to Black Lives Matter. Will we raise money at some point strictly for cocaine? Yes, we will. But we're not there yet. Someone bag at mine writes, the COVID test swab isn't bad, it's quick, dislodge some snot in my nostrils, bring it on. And I had to blow out a snot rocket from my nose, hope I didn't blow out the microchip they implanted in my brain. The thing is, like, I don't think there's danger of microchips through, I know Magamind is kidding, I know Ing Dave is not kidding. I'm not that concerned about it. Also, yeah, to your point, Andrea, cell phones and all this other shit.
Yeah, they already got us.
They've already got us, and like I'm really only looking to get a few more years out of this planet, and then I'm fine. I had a nice run,
Yeah, track me. What am I fucking doing? Nothing.
Yeah. By the time you catch me, yeah. What are they gonna? Yeah. I'm just going to be somewhere telling a dick joke in the back of some bar in Bushwick or something. Mm-hmm. That's all that's going to be going on with me.
Yeah.
I'm not up to
I don't
nothing.
know, Dave. One day you'll be playing bigger bars in Bushwick, I think.
Bigger, no, I mean, let's be clear. I'm an international superstar. I do the bars in Bushwick, and then I go all over the world, and I play slightly larger venues, just slightly larger. Anyway, but yeah, I don't really think that they're after me.
I don't think you're on the top of their list. Also, everyone's a pedophile. That's another new thing that we keep learning. Jesus.
Oh yeah, who else came out as a pedophile today?
I don't know.
Today?
I'm losing track.
Who did?
Maybe we should keep a list of people who aren't pedophiles. I feel like it'd be more effective measurement.
Wait, who else is a pedophile besides what's his name?
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell got arrested, so that
she's
we
a
already
pedophile.
knew that.
She's a pedophile ringleader, though, right?
Yeah, but I think she's
got
also
in on
getting
it, too.
charged with sex acts on minors as well.
So she, in addition to Donald Trump being a pedophile and a rapist, she is also a pedophile and a rapist.
Yeah.
Is she gonna take down Trump, or will she die in jail?
So.
I saw someone tweet something about like Ghislaine Maxwell has tested positive for COVID, and then someone said they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like I
heard that they keep moving her to different cells to make sure that no one gets to her.
Yeah, I mean, if she knows the information that they think she does, she's connected to a lot of very powerful people. Did you see who's the British prince, the older
Prince
one?
Andrew.
Oh,
yeah. Did you guys see his interview about it on TV? About his connection with Jeffrey Epstein?
Didn't go well.
Ooh, lying.
Oh, he's a total pedophile.
Oh my god.
Can we get in trouble for No, you can't get in trouble for calling an actual pedophile.
They'd have to prove that they're
pedophile.
not a pedophile.
I don't know if it works that way, Chris.
Proven not pedophile at this point.
I don't know if it works that way.
It over.
But I don't mind calling Trump a pedophile and a rapist because he's been accused.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
He's been accused of those things by his victims. So
yeah,
there you go. I know actually a woman who was raped by him. Not to brag.
Wow, sick
Sounded
plug, Dave.
Not to name drop, but I know who doesn't know one of his. Yeah, there's so many victims. Who doesn't know?
Fair
Wait,
point.
who else is a pedophile now?
Let's see.
Google pedophile update.
Yeah, there should be.
Maybe I
just,
shouldn't.
Like, you check the COVID deaths, you check the pedophile update.
Who is a pedophile now?
There was that guy. Who was the guy, the British singer-songwriter, who said he was writing a book about it, but then
Pete Townsend. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
That was like 15 years ago. And
I know, but nothing happened to him.
His story checked out. No, he was writing about the abuse that he suffered, and then he claimed this information that he had was part of the research he was doing and writing.
Where's
his
the
book.
fucking book then?
Yeah, the book never.
He wrote a
did?
book.
I think he did. Yeah.
Oh,
he did
he?
write a book. I actually had a signed copy of that book that was given to me.
Was it called Who Am I?
I think so. I was reading it and I left it on a plane. I never finished it.
Oh, someone said Matt Groening, possibly.
Ooh.
No.
That I've not heard that.
That would.
Someone said Gary Glitter. Well, yeah, we all knew about
Well, that's
Gary
documented.
Glitter. Yeah.
Matt Groening, no.
That's you. I've never heard that.
Somebody
We
said something. There's no.
let us not be the show that spreads rumors.
Breaking
Let's only talk about people that we know are actual pedophiles, like Donald Trump. Even though someone in the chat just said to say allegedly, so I don't get sued.
Makes it all
calling.
clean.
Nah, I'm over it.
There are headlines linking Matt Groening's name to Epstein, though.
Oh.
Preliminary research.
Yeah.
Documents.
Oh, and the comedian from The Fifth Element, Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, yeah.
Was there.
He
They
was on the
had him
flight.
in the film, and then didn't really explain his obviously he was there, but they didn't really
I
mention
think
it.
a
But,
lot of-
why would they put him in there?
I think a lot of rich people just
Because
ended up in
Clinton-
places with him. But
They put Tucker in there because that was one of the flights that Clinton was on. But they
I
did say in the documentary that there's nothing weird attached to this particular trip. That one seemed to be on the up and up.
That's crazy to put him in
that's
there,
true.
though. You know what I mean? If
He was
he's not
pissed at it.
connected to it.
Wait, backing it up a little bit. I don't know if this is true, but Justin Smith, an amazing artist. As long as I'm on the subject of Justin Smith, he says the head of Scotland Yard admitted that he framed Townsend because he called him out publicly for not shutting down the porn sites he was finding.
Oh.
Wow.
I did not hear that, but maybe that's interesting. I
Pete
hope
Townsend's
that's true.
murderer.
Chris D'Elia was the recent one too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him. Which is not me commenting. It sounds like
The meme.
doesn't sound good with that guy. But
I'm here to raise you up
what do you mean?
by bringing up all these pedophiles.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, these parties. It sounds like a bunch of people go to these parties, but probably not all of them are
Yeah.
pedophiles. But it's sort of like I went to a party once where there was a chimp. They had they had rented a chimp dressed as Santa Claus for everyone to get their picture taken with it. And I wasn't saying, I know you're going to say that, and I'm going to say, but I didn't do that. But it's not true. I did do that. I did get my picture taken with a chimp. But I remember, and this is a long time ago, I remember thinking at the time, this seems really wrong. I don't have the data as to why this is really wrong, but I think it's really wrong what's happening here. Because this was like 15 years ago, back when we didn't know that you don't have chimps at Christmas parties. And so sure enough...
Is there a picture out there of you with a chimp dressed as Santa Claus?
I don't think so. Because
Do you sit on his lap?
I posted it.
Yeah.
The chimp sits on your lap.
The chimp sits on
Oh,
your
it's
lap.
the other way around.
He's dressed as Santa Claus. Wouldn't he be better as an elf then?
You know, there's only so much time to really get the holiday. Then you would have to summon as Santa. But I remember I posted the photo to something, and someone wrote to me someone who, like an authority on the subject, was like, "This is fucked up. You need to take this picture down." And then I thanked them. I was like, this is what I was wondering when it was happening. I'm like, it seemed fucked up, but I just didn't know why it was fucked up, and you've explained to me why it's fucked up. And so I thanked him, and no, the photo is, I don't think it exists that I know of. Probably exists somewhere.
Got to.
But the thing with the reason it's chimps, and I've since learned a lot about them, is you can only work with a chimp until puberty, and once they hit puberty, you can't tell them what to do anymore. They're not unlike teens. They start to flip out and they maul you and stuff. So, but they can't go back to any sort of chimp-like existence that's anywhere near normal, because they've already been taken out of that. So they basically spend the rest of their days, like, I've read that, like, when you have a chimp do something like dress as Santa Claus and pose for photos, then that chimp will spend the rest of his life being like, I guess I'm Santa Claus. Or, like the chimp in this commercial that does this one thing, they'll be in like a sanctuary and they'll just do that thing that they were taught for the rest. It's really horrible, and they can't, they can't. So anyway, but I don't, anyway, I don't know how we got pedophiles and chimps. and vaccines that microchip you. But do you know what? Oh gosh, not to keep going back to chimps.
No, let's double down.
Well, at the Cleveland Clinic, there was a woman who was mauled by a chimp like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like really badly,
Did she own this chimp?
Yeah.
Did she have to get like a face transplant?
She got a face transplant, and it was at the Cleveland Clinic.
The pride of Cleveland.
In Cleveland, at the Cleveland Clinic, and I remember my mother was at the clinic 10 years ago, and I remember my dad and I were, we left my mom and we were walking across like the Skyway or whatever, and we happened upon this woman who like had like almost like a pith helmet and like veils and stuff, and someone was walking her like.
Oh man.
And I remember like thinking it was really strange, couldn't figure out what was going on, and then I was like, holy shit, that's the woman who was attacked by the chimp. So I passed her.
Get a face transplant. Like isn't that crazy?
I think it was like the first ever one.
Yeah.
Wow. James Murphy writes, is Louis Theroux directing this? That's a good question. I had chili with Louis Theroux once. Wasn't going to bring it up, but I did. I mean, there was several people having chili. There's probably a dozen of us, but it happened.
Speaking of animals, I watched that video of a bird flying into your jumpsuit, Dave, probably 20 to 50 times.
I'm told it's addictive. I lived it. So I had no need. But
pull it up again.
We could pull it up. I don't know if I can find it.
I sent it to people to like impress them, like new people I was talking to like send a cool funny thing. Yeah, like I was talking to this guy on like a dating app, and I wanted to be like, I know funny things and funny people, and I was like, check out my friend Dave Hill get dive bombed.
Is
by a
being
bird.
attacked. That's like, you know, I was on a Zoom with my family.
From the memory of it.
It was the I put I put it on a family Zoom, and they were all horrified by it. They didn't like it too much at all. I think they didn't like the makeup. I don't get a lot of support for Witch Taint in my family. my brother's a big fan. My sisters do not care for Witch Taint. So
What's their objection? It's too femme. You're too much of a liberal cock. Is that what it is?
no, I think they in makeup they just find it scary.
Oh, they find it scary. Okay.
They find it scary.
I posted
So
a picture once of Dave, you and me, and you have the corpse paint on, and we're just like standing there. And then a couple days later, I see a comment from a good friend of mine, his mom. She just wrote in all caps, "That's disgusting," and then she unfriended me.
Interesting.
Well, some people take it as like a really serious, like my a friend of mine, her grandmother saw somehow stumbled upon some Witch Taint stuff, and she's like, he's such a nice Catholic boy, like knows my upbringing and all this. And then saw that and was just like, he's like conjuring the devil.
Oh.
You know, and all this stuff.
But they couldn't get behind the bird video? Who doesn't get behind the bird video?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Family, you know.
What are you going to do? Do we have a call on hold?
I do, yeah.
I believe it's another Canadian. More Canadian content.
Kellen, you there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Hey.
Kellen.
Hi.
From British Columbia as well.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hey, Andrea, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can totally hear you.
Where in BC are you at?
I'm calling from Victoria.
I went to, do you know Brentwood College School in Mill Bay?
I do. Actually, I think you posted, I follow you on Instagram, and you posted a picture of like your school like ID. And I mentioned, because my parents had a place up in Shawnigan Lake when I was growing up.
The rival from Shawnigan Lake.
Well. Yeah.
Oh my God! I posted my high school ID with like the uniform and my blonde hair. Oh my God!
Well, yeah, you posted it, and I was like, "Oh, I know that school." Like, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Victoria is so beautiful.
for
I would
sure.
give anything to live in Victoria right now. Oh,
Victoria, I'll tell you what. If I can, and Kellen will say the same thing. There's a little spot I like in Victoria called the Carlton Club. I can't remember what it's called. Carlton Club Cabaret. What's it called?
Yeah, you got it. Currently open for business.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's that type of place.
Yeah.
It's this place.
Yeah.
I kept passing it in there, and I was just like, this looks, and I looked up its like reviews online, and everyone was just like, this place is disgusting. It's full of lowlifes. And I was like, I'm in. I knew it. And then I met Kellen and his lovely wife for drinks, and
Jamie, she's right here. Jamie says hi.
Oh, tell her I said hello. And
Hello.
and you gave me a record by a band called I have it not in front of me, like a proto black metal band.
Yeah, I think I gave you the Twitch album.
Twitch, yes. Yeah, very great stuff. And but anyway, we went to the Carlton Club Cabaret, and it delivered on its promise. This guy had a tattoo on his arm, I believe it said "blow me." Did it? What did it say? He had a tattoo. It was like
I think you put it. I think you put it in the book.
It is in the book. Oh, the tattoo was the Pillsbury Doughboy getting a blowjob.
I love that.
And then,
I live for that.
and then his T-shirt, I think, was like stick figures having sex, and the male said "me," and then the female was labeled "your mom." This is a grown.
You on Twitter?
I should stress. Yeah, exactly. This is a grown man who was there by himself, just coming out of the gate with guns blazing.
I respect this.
And there was only, I think it was the three of us, and then these twins that were dancing together. Another woman who was by herself, who I later danced with, let me be clear.
Oh.
And then this guy with the Pillsbury Doughboy getting a blowjob tattoo.
It's a great crew.
And this guy was probably mid-40s, 50 years old, maybe. I don't know what point in your life you're like, yeah, you know what would be cool? Pillsbury Doughboy getting a blowjob. I should get that on my skin, so it's on me every day.
I googled this place, and the first image is the marquee, and it says tequila makes her clothes fall off on the marquee.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the right one, but
The marquee said,
the marquee's on top, right? Oh,
it said the soup of the day whiskey when we went. And now I know that's a common, I've since learned that's a very common thing to have in front of a bar, but I had never seen it before, and gosh, if I wasn't tickled. It's also worth noting that when you go around back Carlton Club Cabaret, there's a huge mural of Ronnie James Dio, which I thought was pretty awesome. There's actually a photo of this on my Instagram of me with the Dio mural. So I do. It was inconsistent. No, though we were in there, and I said to the DJ, I said, "There's a mural of Dio out front. What do you say you play some Dio?" And he did. So there
that's
you
the
go.
first time that's ever happened.
I feel like DJs don't take requests in America, but he was very nice.
Canadian.
I remember it
Yeah.
it wasn't very friendly vibe though. Like weirdly enough, it was like everyone there was very nice. Like the staff was nice. That DJ played Dio for you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no complaints.
No.
Oh, I just got owned by my own joke. Wade Snook says you should tell that story on the Moth, Dave.
Wow.
Man.
You have a very interesting potpourri of fans.
Fans is a strong word. A tattoo of Dio getting... Have you ever seen the tattoo? Someone said this. I've seen this on Metal Injection had this. It's a guy who got Dio on his arm.
You showed me this.
And then Dio is holding up his arm, so like the tattoo then goes into the guy's hand. So he goes like this, and then when he holds it out, it's
Horns.
Dio giving the devil's horns.
I love it.
But then someone else pointed out that when the guy jerks off with that hand, it's Dio's jerking him off. So he
Great,
must
you're
have
never alone.
he must have thought it through and not. It must
the
not
other
been
arm.
his jerk off hand, because like that would be very disconcerting to have Dio, the late great Ronnie James Dio, jerking you off.
I mean, I've been alone for 4 months now, so I would take a tattoo of
Dio
jerking me off. Yeah.
Well, you're a lady though. It's to be expected that a lady would want Ronnie James Dio to jerk you off.
Don't be heteronormative, Dave.
I know.
Okay.
It's just I'm showing my room for growth.
Yeah.
I guess I do want that Dio tattoo, to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be a strange time to transition to say Don't be shy about donating some money. We'll give it to Black Lives Matter. Venmo at the Dave Hill. PayPal Dave at DaveHillOnline.com.
Can we check in on the kitty cam too?
Let's check it on the kitty cam. And because without these donations, and they'll all go to Black Lives Matter, you know, then it's just a show where I'm talking about Dio jerking people off. And we're not doing anything good for the world. But if people donate, then we are. And then we'll say, well, you can complain all you want about Dave talking about Dio jerking people off. But gosh, if their heart's not in the right place, because they raised a lot of money for a great cause, Black Lives Matter. So the cats seem like they're sleeping.
Yeah.
We have just a few minutes left, so please, some more donations if you can, or just you can send them all night long. And I'll give them to, we'll give them all to Black Lives Matter in the name of this show and its listeners. This show, by the way, is now you can listen archived on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. So people, if anyone's like, what was that thing Dave was talking about, Dio jerking people off? Oh, I want to go back and listen to that. By the way, I don't think Dio would just jerk someone off. He's Ronnie James Dio. I'm a huge fan. I've met Dio.
Do you have chili with him?
No. If I may name drop again, he did ask me if I wanted to get Indian food next time I was in LA.
Wow.
It never happened, but just the fact, because he said, I know the best places. There's 2 different ones. We could go to one of them.
That's something to hold on to in the future.
It's all I've got. I mean, you know.
Did he
Your
give
bird
you the
video
name?
is all I have.
What's that?
The bird video is all that I have currently, so.
It's pretty strong. Man, oh man.
That video was
He did sign Dio. If I can bring Dio, signed my guitar that same night.
There you go.
I have a guitar back in
How much
my
did you get on
apartment.
eBay for that?
I would never sell it because it says Dave Hill Rocks Magic, Ronnie James Dio, and then a few years later I had Ira Glass sign it because he didn't know who Dio was. So I was like, oh, you have to sign this and balance it out. That's perfect.
That works.
Dio and Ira Glass signed a guitar. It has to be one of only 5 or 10 in the world like it. You got to figure.
The butterfly effect of that caused the pandemic.
Way to go, Dave.
So, thanks, Dave.
I hope I didn't start the pandemic. That's the last thing I need.
That's going to be hard to come back from.
I would be so irritated with myself if I did that. Wait, we have 2 minutes left to go. So what we need to talk about, you have a multimedia attack.
I do, yes.
Coming out, people they can go to your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm doing a zine. So, the official title of the project is Hose for Justice, and myself and fellow Ho, a street artist from Pittsburgh. His name is Jerome Charles. We're friends actually through the podcasting world, and he created like a really cool zine coloring book called the Aggressively Gay Coloring Book. So it's lots of fun stuff. And then I created a zine with all the pictures that I took during my nights biking around the pandemic. So empty New York, you know, pretty cool stuff. I ended up biking around for like 4 hours probably every night. Just
oh my gosh,
seeing the city completely empty. It was wild.
That's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
So my zine is those pictures, and then, you know, a few nudes are in there too for the perverts. You know, it's going to be a few sprinkled in there.
Now, do you mail it, or
Yes.
how do we get it?
So you go to my Instagram, which is Andrea Comedy 69. That's where you can find me. And then in my bio, there's a link, and that goes to my Venmo. You Venmo me there, $25 for both of them. Both the zines, and put your address in the comments, or you can reach out to me however you're comfortable for your address, and I'll mail it to you. And then donate all the proceeds to I'm actually going to donate my proceeds to a charity called For Real Therapy, which is a therapy service in Chicago exclusively for POCs. It was started by this really cool dude I met last time I was there. And so he's trying to build like a space for healing, and really nice guy. So,
oh, nice.
Just thought, try to make some
excellent
use out of my...
I like that. That's excellent. So everyone, go to Andrea's Instagram and get that zine, or both zines.
Both zines.
And you support a great cause. And if I'm hearing you correctly, also see you naked.
Yeah. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Your words, not mine.
Earlier they were your words.
This time.
They may have been my words, but I was saying them in a completely different context. I would never... I'm not sure what context I said it in. I don't think it... When I said, I don't think it was in the context of another person.
I can't really remember.
How else could one say that, though? Anyway, well, everyone should go get that, because Andrea's hilarious and brilliant.
Aww.
And so there.
You all are.
Not all of us. Come on, not all of us.
I don't know Des well enough yet, but I like his whole vibe.
Oh yeah, he brings a tremendous. Des, you got a new guitar. We should go out on that. Let's see the axe before we go.
Treated myself.
Beautiful.
Wow. I got an Epiphone.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Epiphone Dot. Got a nice little deal on reverb.
Nice.
Kinnikin Guitar Barn. Look it up. Pretty psyched. It's going to be a fun rest of the pandemic with this one, I think.
Yeah, you got to play some riffs, man.
Next week, maybe.
All right.
This week. Yeah. I haven't quite packed in, to make noise yet on this.
All right.
We'll see. We'll test it out.
Well, Andrea, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And putting up with all sorts of nonsense from us. Conspiracy theory. I was going to say accusations of pedophilia, but I feel like you led that charge.
Yeah. I came in pretty hot with that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to put that entirely on you when the lawyers contact me.
That's fine. That's fine. You said that whole chimp thing, so let's call it even.
I did. There's a lot of chimp talk, but I feel like it was a teachable moment, because I was like saying how I didn't know, but now I know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play
and I
with
was
chimps.
saying that they're all pedophiles unequivocally. I know it for sure.
We can never know for sure. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in, listening, and thank you for anyone listening or watching in the archive or however that works. And support Black Lives Matter if you can tonight or whenever you want to. Okay, I guess until next week. I used to be able to say get tested, but now I can't, because now it seems like I'm talking about COVID, but it's ruined. I gotta get a new thing to say.
It's still relevant.
It's relevant, but it's not as fun.
I got tested for COVID. Go do it.
Maybe, yeah.
Get that nose swab.
Now, if I had it like a few months ago, will they know that I had it?
You can take
the antibody test.
There's 2 different tests. There's the antibodies and then the COVID test. And I took both. Although the antibodies tests are not... They're like kind of
50% off.
Yeah, but worth a shot. Worth checking it out.
Well, what is there anything to learn from having had it? Like, what does that get me? Nothing. Bragging rights. On wing night, when I go to wing night tomorrow in an indoor bar. No, just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Though, where I am now, I could. That's the kind of place I am around.
Scary. But you could donate blood plasma if you have the antibodies, which is helping people who are very, severely ill. And peace of mind that maybe you might have a little protection from getting sick again. Although they don't know that.
They don't know that.
Necessarily, so.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Everyone, go get Andrea's zine, or I'll stab you. There's gonna be a spike next time I talk to you, like, Dave, thanks a lot. My life fell apart because I was so busy fulfilling orders because so many people ordered it.
I would
Dave
love that.
Effect.
I would love that. Andrea
Yeah.
Comedy 69. The link is in my bio.
Yep. All right. Take care, everyone. Keep
Bye,
up the good
everyone.
work.
Good night.
All right. Stay safe and healthy and happy.
Bye.